All right, you know what time it is. It's time for Flex Friday with the Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So today is Flex Friday, and we got a 4-round workout for you. We're going to be doing 4 rounds of 5 power cleans, 10 pistols total. That's going to be 5 per leg, and then 15 toes to bar. And then, of course, we're going to warm up really well, and we're going to go through some options that will allow you to do this workout right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm up. Here we go, guys. Let's get up and let's get some arm circles going back. Arm circles back. And as you guys know, my name is Coach Chris. I am a level 3 CrossFit trainer, which means I've logged thousands of hours over many years, helping many people just like you do things they never thought possible through health and fitness. Let's switch to arm circles forward. And we always love getting to know our fit crew a little bit better during the general warm-up. So what we want to know from you today is, why is fitness so important to you in your life right now? Let's go ahead and switch to arms across the chest. Hug yourself, love yourself. While we're doing this, let's hear from Pippi. Go ahead, Pippi. Say your name, where you're from, and why is fitness so important to you in your life right now?
I'm Tammy. I'm from Delray Beach, Florida, and fitness is really important to me now, especially as I'm getting older. Hormonal changes go on, and so things affect your bones and your muscles as well, and your joints. So it's very important to me, especially I love this program because it's helped me to stay strong. And also we know that this is really good for bone density. So I'm really finding that this is helping me in my everyday life because, like I said, as we get older, it's harder to do things, but I'm finding that those things aren't so hard because of this program. So thank you.
And thank you for sharing those benefits. So glad that it's been helping you in this way. And let's go ahead and move on to the wrist wave. And while we are doing the wrist wave here, let's hear from DNA. Go ahead, guys. Say your name, where you're from, and why is fitness important to you in your life right now?
Hello, everybody. This is DNA, Dean and Anita from London, England.
Fitness is important, really. But I mean, as we all know, as you get older, your metabolism starts to slow down a bit, and you can pile on the pounds if you're, not careful. So fitness is important to me. It helps me keep the weight down. It keeps my, keeps that stomach flatter than it should be. So it should be.
I agree.
Very good answer, guys. And I love how you guys are able to stay looking young through this program. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and move on to some high knees now. High knees into chest, high knees into chest. Or if it works better for us, we could do some high elbows like this. So while we're doing these high knees or high elbows, let's hear from Kid Flash. Go ahead, say your name, where you're from, and why is fitness important to you, Flash?
My name is Oliver, and I'm from Dominican Republic. And why this is important for me? So it's important to keep fit and keep doing things that you can do, just to do things more easy. If you in life, if you are carrying something heavy, that you can do it more easier. And yeah, that's why it's important for me.
Very true words. Thank you so much, Flash. And let's go ahead now and move on to some jumping jacks, guys. Or if we're trying to manage our impact, we could do some stepping jacks. And some of you guys who've been following this program for a while have wondered how to support this to keep it going. The best way is always going to be follow this program. Get fit, get your results, invite others to do this with you. That's always going to be the best way to support this. Some have chosen to support in other ways, and you can find details by checking out that Patreon link that's in the description of this video. But please know, the best way to support is always going to be to get fit, share your results, invite others to do this with you. Let's go ahead and take a break from this warm-up, guys. And let's now move on to the activation phase, which is where we're going to do a couple different movements for 30 seconds at a time. It's going to get us ready for today's workout. Right now, please watch as we demonstrate these movements. And after we've demonstrated them, we're going to put on a timer and then do it all together as a group. So the first move we're doing in today's activation phase is good mornings. And let's have Pippi demonstrate for us. We are going to have those feet underneath the hips, and we are going to fold those arms across the chest, and we are leaning forward with our chest up, shoulders back, until we get about parallel with the ground, and then back up, warming up those glutes and the hamstrings. After 30 seconds of good mornings, we're gonna follow up with the pigeon. So that's gonna be where we lay face down, lay one leg across the chest, other leg back, and we are gonna sink into this pose. And let's remember which leg we're using in the first round, because when we go back around to the second round, we're gonna use the other leg. After the pigeon, we're gonna do some glute bridges. So we're gonna roll over, pull those feet in close to the hips, and then we're gonna squeeze those glutes to get it as high as you can into the air, getting it higher and higher every rep. And then after the glute bridges, we're gonna warm up the core. We're gonna do some lying leg raises. So we're gonna point those toes, raise those legs all the way up to about 90, and then back down. And that's what we're gonna do in the first round. But then when we go back around to the second round, we're gonna do some straight leg sit-ups. So that's gonna be the other side there. And we could either fold those arms across the chest, or we can have those arms behind us and then swing those arms for momentum. But more importantly is we are getting those shoulders in front of the hips at the top. Now, if we happen to be doing this from the seated position today, then the good mornings is gonna be those arms folded across the chest. We are leaning forward, back up. And this is gonna be the good mornings for the first 30 seconds. And then after that, we are going to do the pigeon. So that's gonna be one arm across the chest, and then we're gonna gently pull back with the other. And then once again, remember which arm you're using, because in the second round, we're gonna use the other one. Third is gonna be the glute bridges, which is gonna be reverse chest flies. We're gonna get those hands out in front of us like this, open them all the way back, then all the way back forward. And we're gonna be doing this for 30 seconds. And then the core warm up. And that's going to be reach forward, reach up, and that's what we're doing for the last 30 seconds of each round. So I'm going to highlight Pippi here to get us started, just in case we forgot what any of these moves look like, and I'll remind you what's coming up next as it comes. But starting with these good mornings in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's do this. And really appreciate you guys being here for the full warm-up, including this activation phase. Cannot overstate the importance of a full warm-up in order to help us to do our best in the workout and help us to avoid injury. After these good mornings, we're going to move on to that pigeon. So here we go, pigeon in 3, 2, 1, pigeon. We're going to lay that leg across the chest, other leg back. And we are sinking into this. And let's remember which leg we are using in the first round here, because then we're going to use the other one in the second round. But this pigeon is super important to open up those hip flexors, activate the glutes, and relieve the IT band. After this pigeon, we're moving on to the glute bridges in 3, 2, 1, glute bridges. Let's go ahead and roll over here. Pull those feet in close to the hips, squeeze those glutes, get the hips as high as you can into the air. And this is the power center of the body here, the glutes. And that's why these glute bridges are such a powerful activation move here. This is where we want to feel the power coming from on these power cleans that we're going to be doing later. Leg raises in 3, 2, 1. Let's do these leg raises now. Point those toes all the way up, all the way back down. For an extra core burn there, we can bring those heels to about 1 inch of the ground, or even 1 centimeter if you're over there in Europe, whatever's better for you, and then back up But then after these leg raises, we're gonna go back around to the good mornings for the second round of this activation phase. So here we go, good mornings in 3, 2, 1. Good mornings, round 2. And we are leaning forward with the chest up, shoulders back, keeping a nice straight back there. Awesome work, guys. And we're getting all the way down about parallel with the ground, then back up, firing up those glutes and those hamstrings. And we're going to get down to that pigeon pose in 3, 2, 1. Pigeon. Let's go ahead. Other leg here. Whatever leg we use in the first round, let's go ahead and use the other one this round. And we are now balancing things out under the supervision of the all-seeing Noxie, of course. And then after the pigeon over here, we are going to move on to the next round of glute bridges. So here we go, glute bridges in 3, 2, 1, glute bridges. Let's roll over, pull those feet in, squeeze those glutes, get the hips as high as you can into the air, getting higher and higher every rep. And that's going to be very important to activate these glutes. And then after the glute bridges, we're going to do those straight leg sit-ups here to close off the activation phase. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, straight leg sit-ups. Let's go ahead and get those legs out in front of us. And then we are using those arms as much or as little as needed, warming up the core here on these straight leg sit-ups. And once again, thank you so much for doing the full warm-up. Very important for performance and safety. Couple more seconds here. And 3, 2, 1, time. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, is get ready for the toe-to bar. So if we have a pull-up bar that we're going to use, we're going to want to warm up our shoulders by doing about a 10-second hang and then doing some hip swings. And you can see more details on the BearMuscle Fitness YouTube page that shows some of these movement patterns here. But most of us are actually going to be doing a variation of the toe to bar because we don't have a pull-up bar. We're going to be doing some toe to broom. So let's go ahead and grab a broomstick or a mop or something along those lines so we can get ready for these toe to bar. And so for the toe to broom, what we're going to do is we're going to do a V-up style movement. And let's go ahead and have Pippi demonstrate the V-up for us. So without the broom just yet, we are laying on our back and then our arms are behind us and we're raising both our legs and our hands at the same time, reaching for our toes. And that is a very powerful midline move here that taxes us because we're trying to keep those legs as straight as possible and we're moving both the legs and the torso at the same time. And now with the broomstick in hand, we're gonna have that broomstick behind us, legs out in front of us. And once again, we're gonna reach as high as we can, preferably toward our toes if possible. But let's go ahead and get a couple practice reps in here, reaching as high as we can. If all we got is the knee today, that's cool. If we got the shin, that's awesome as well. But we are warming up the core here with these toe to broom. So next thing we're going to warm up for is pistols. Now, pistols are a very high skill gymnastics movement, meaning we're just moving our body through space. And basically a pistol is a one-legged squat. To warm up before we would do a one-legged squat, let's go ahead and do some air squats. And let's have Pippi demonstrate some air squats for us. So the feet are shoulder width apart, chest up, shoulders back, and then we are sitting those hips back and down, pushing those knees out to the side until those hips get below the knees. Now, it could be that getting those hips below the knees is a bit of a challenge for us. In that case, we can do some assisted squats by sitting and standing to a chair or a footstool until eventually we're able to sit those hips all the way to below parallel and standing up without assistance. So for the pistol now, most of us aren't able to do a pistol right off the bat, right? We might need to do some assisted pistols today. So Pippi is going to show us some assisted pistols here. And that's basically sitting and standing on one leg. And she's going to alternate legs here. And so she's doing an assisted pistol here, getting those hips down to the point of assistance and then standing back up on one leg. Now, if we know that doing this is going to cause us some problems due to balance issues or even strength issues on one leg, let's just stick to air squats for today. The very same air squats, whether they were assisted or not, that's what we're going to do instead of the pistols today if the one leg squat doesn't quite work for us. And now we are going to warm up for the power clean. So let's go ahead and grab that same broomstick or the mop or a shower curtain rod, whatever the case. We always want to warm up super light before we go heavy, if appropriate. So the first thing we want to think about for the power clean is how are we going to grip that bar? Who wants to show us that hook grip? And we've got Kid Flash, who knows what the hook grip is all about. So that's thumb first, fingers over. And today the hands are going to be close, right where he has them, right outside the shoulders. And so thumb first, fingers over, very important for these power cleans that we're going to be doing. To warm up for the power clean, we're going to do some deadlifts. And let's go to Pippi to demonstrate some deadlifts for us. So using that hook grip, we are going to lower that broomstick to right above our feet. And we're going to have the chest up, shoulders back, looking straight ahead. And we're going to take a nice deep breath at the bottom and then stand up, breathing out at the top. That deep breath is how we put on our natural weight belt and brace our core. So very important every time we take a nice deep breath at the bottom of the movement. And do you mind showing us from the side, Pippi, how close you're keeping that bar to you? She has it right above her shoe, but then it's going up her shin, then upper thigh, then back down the thigh and back down the shin. So let's get a couple more practice reps here of the deadlift. So next we're going to do some clean pulls, which is just like the deadlift, except we're going to add some speed past the knees. So it starts slow and then past the knees, we do that glute bridge motion and then shrug those shoulders at the top. And so this is going to be a clean pull. And notice we're not pulling high with the arms. We'll talk more about that later, but this is going to be a glute powered movement here. So we're really training, getting those glutes fired up to power this movement. And now the power clean. That's going to start right above the shoe there. And we are looking straight ahead. And then right past the knees, we are going to jump, flip those elbows and sit to receive the bar and then stand up to finish. And notice how Pippi is getting those elbows nice and high in what's called the rack position there. And very important that we keep this bar super close to the body. So we don't want that bar getting away from us in the front. We want to be, going up the thigh and then almost up the shirt as well. That's how close we're keeping it to the body as we flip those elbows. And so we start low, jump, flip, sit, and stand. That is the power clean motion there, keeping it very close to the body. And once again, can't reiterate how important it is to keep those elbows nice and high in a rack position at the top. If we are doing this from the seated position today, then the power clean is going to be very similar motion here. It's going to start in our lap, and then we are going to pull and then flip those elbows like this. So this is going to be the power clean from the seated position. And then the pistol is going to be alternating overhead press like this. And so we are alternating one arm at a time until we do the 10 total. And then the toe to bar or toe to broom, that's going to be either with a broomstick or not, that's up to us, but we are going to reach forward, reach up, and that's going to be the toe to broom or toe to bar from the seated position today. And now it's ramp up time. If you've been doing this program for over a month and you want to start practicing the power clean with heavier weight, the weight we're looking for today is a moderately heavy weight. We're doing 5 power cleans per set, which is relatively low. So what we want to do is a weight that we feel like we could do some, maybe heavy singles, like we do 1, take a breath, do another one, take a breath, but not a weight that's so heavy that we're sitting there recovering for 30 seconds to a minute after each rep. So that's what we're looking for today if we're adding weight to the bar. But if this is our first month in the program, or we're just getting back into it after some time off, please, let's not add any weight to that bar. Very important for us to have the right form and consistency, hitting these workouts regularly before we add intensity, such as by adding weight and going super fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. And let's make sure we have our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine. Number 4, what's the music you want to hear right now? Music is the secret ingredient. Music is super important to help us do our best in these workouts. We all have different tastes. You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we going to keep track of our rounds? As you guys know, it's important to have some type of scorecard or some type of system. It's very easy to forget what round we're on, or even what movements are coming up next. We release these workouts ahead of time so you can come prepared and have the workout written down. So if you're a teacher's pet and you came prepared for today's workout, just like Pippi over here, who's prepared digitally, she's got the workout on her phone close by. And we've also got DNA, who are teachers' pets as well, using the digital system there, both of them. Let's go ahead and take a teacher's pet picture here, guys, just to show how prepared you are. So here we go, teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time here, and then we will get started. So in just about a minute, we are going to start this timer, and we're going to do 4 rounds, 5 power cleans, 10 pistols total. That's going to be 5 per leg, alternating legs. And once again, if that movement is a bit of a challenge for us, even with a modification doing assisted pistols, let's just do air squats. We can just do 10 air squats per round, call it a day. And then 15 toe to bar. Or if we're doing it from the ground, that toe to broom, we are doing those 15 toe to broom, reaching as high as we can, preferably the toes or up high on our shin or even the knee every single rep if possible. So if you are good to go, go ahead and give me a thumbs up over here, and then we're going to get this started. And I'm going to highlight Pippi to get us going here. So here we go, guys, starting with the 5 power cleans, and then going on to the 10 pistols, and then the 15 toe to bar. 4 rounds. How long is it going to take us? Let's see. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Let's do this. And we've got Pippi using the glute here. Jump, sit, stand. Very good hip extension. Sitting to receive, flipping those elbows nice and fast. Awesome work on these power cleans. And then after the 5, moving on to these pistols, assisted squats. And we've got Kid Flash doing some assisted pistols there to a chair. Awesome work, Flash. Pippi doing some assisted pistols here as well. And then we feature some of these what's called unilateral movements very regularly in the program. It's important not just to do bilateral movements, both legs, but to the extent possible, single leg movements like this pistol really help with strength balance. And we've got DNA definitely working on this balance over here. And awesome work there, guys, on these pistols. And then Pippi is now flying through some toe to broom here. Awesome work there, Pippi. Let's keep this up. And Kid Flash as well, flying through some toe to broom. And then we've got DNA finishing off some pistols, about to head on to some toe to broom as well. Awesome work, guys. Let's keep breathing. And let's remember that breathing is super important, especially on the heavy move like the power clean. Nice deep breath at the bottom, breathe out at the top. And then on these less heavy movements, we want to have a nice steady flow of oxygen. So good job, Pippi, starting with round 2 over here. On these power cleans, keeping it nice and close, squeezing those glutes. And let's get even more hip extension. All right, Pippi, let's really jump, then sit. Much better hip extension. There we go. DNA closing off round 1 with some toe to broom over here. Good job. And then we've got Flash onto what looks like his second round of pistols already. And Pippi as well on her second round of pistols. Iron Man Dean hitting some toe to broom, making the logistics work. All of us using what we have, doing what we can in the space that we are given. But good work here, guys. Let's keep breathing, getting through this. Pippi on to her second round of toe to broom here. Awesome work. Let's get through this, guys. And we're breathing, getting through it. Kid Flash as well, getting through these toe to broom. And he's opting to do some leg raises and a combination of leg raises and sit-ups. So we can do that as needed as well. If that toe to broom movement is a bit problematic for us, we can do a combination of leg raises, sit-ups, and he's doing about 5 of each. 5 leg raises, 5 sit-ups, 5 toe to broom. That's one way to do this. And we've got Pippi moving on to her third round of power cleans here. Awesome work, Pippi. Let's keep it up. And we've got DNA onto another round of power cleans, getting low. And let's remember, good hip extension, Dean, but let's go ahead and sit back as you receive it at the top. So jump, sit, much better. There we go, because we definitely don't want to receive hyperextended. Good job there, Anita, as well. So let's do this, guys. Breathing, moving, getting through it. Pippi on these pistols. Say that 5 times fast. Here we go. Good breathing. And we've got Kid Flash also working through another round of pistols here. DNA coming up with a good solution. So Anita going straight to the toe to broom, while Iron Man Dean does these pistols, and then they switch spots. Good teamwork, good communication. That is absolutely fine. And then we've got Pippi. It's amazing to see how much the core strength and form has improved in the time that we've been doing this program. Able to keep those legs straight, reaching those toes every single time with the broom. And then building the midline stability with this powerful movement here. The V up, the toe to broom is very important to protect our back, especially on some of these weightlifting movements that we do. So the ability to keep a nice tight midline, super important. And good job, Dean. Getting that stick behind you, hitting these toe to broom, and Anita as well, hitting these pistols. Good job. Let's keep breathing. Let's keep moving through this. Kid Flash on some power cleans here. Just finishing off a set. Moving on to another set of pistols, moving at a furious pace, living up to his name. Pippi on her last round of power cleans. Let's go. Keeping a close jump, sit, and stand. Nice high rack position at the top. Awesome work there, Pippi. Moving on to another set of pistols here. Good work. Flash, finishing off some pistols, about to move to this last set of core work over here. Of course, enhanced by the BearMuscle hat. Got to make sure we're using that. And good job there, Dean. Power cleans. Let's remember to sit to receive. Nice jump, nice hip extension, but let's get those hips back much better. Good. Let's get those elbows even higher on that power clean. Awesome. Pippi finishing off some pistols. Let's go. About to move on to the toe to broom. Good work here, Pippi. Let's go. All the way back, all the way up. Flash working his way to the finish, and we know what to do when we finish. We hit that buzzer. We yell time. Flash making his way over to the buzzer. Good work, Flash. Let's see a victory dance, Flash. Let's see a victory dance. Oh man. Going crazy with it, balancing that broomstick, and looks like Pippi is just about to join Flash. Awesome, good work, Pippi. Let's see a victory dance from Pippi. Awesome, doing good, and we've got DNA. Let's cheer them on, guys. Working their way through this round. Good teamwork there. Let's go, let's breathe, let's move. Dean on those toe to broom, Anita on these pistols. Let's keep going. Let's stay motivated. Let's dig deep. Dean finishing off some toe to broom. And here we go. Nice, awesome work, guys. Well, I'll tell you what, let's take a quick sweaty selfie here, because once again, does it count if we don't take this sweaty selfie? So let's flex on this camera and let's take this sweaty selfie. Here we go. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's now put the fists in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps and 2 6 crew. So here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks,
Thanks, crew.
Awesome work, guys. Well, I'll tell you what, we're not done yet. We're going to move on to the orange WOD, which is included in the Pro Track. And the Pro Track has add-ons to the workouts, such as the orange WOD, which help us to get strong and work on our form. And it also gives us additional workouts throughout the week to help us to get even more health and fitness in. And so if you want to know more about the Pro Track, if it's the right fit for you, then definitely message me and we can talk about some more of the details. If you're not signed up for Pro Track, then let's not try what these pros are doing here. They have some specific instructions that will help them. But we definitely want to stick around for the cool down stretch that's coming up here pretty soon. So something we can do in the meanwhile is clean up our area and then maybe hit a flexi time stretch or two that we like while these pros are getting geared up for the orange WOD. And we've got Pippi stepping up to the bar here, getting ready for an attempt. Today's orange WOD is going to be a heavy power clean, so she's even switched bars here and doing a couple practice reps here on that heavier bar. Super important. Awesome work there. And we've got Flash as well. Let's do this Flash. Awesome work there. And in today's orange WOD, we're once again working up to a heavy power clean. So that's what we're doing. And so we've got Pippi putting some more weight on the bar. So here we go, Pippi, taking a nice deep breath, stepping up to the bar, remembering her training, looking straight ahead, feet close together. Nice, good job there, Pippi. And notice the clips are the hardest part about this, right? So she's definitely going to be thinking about like, oh man, which weight am I going to go for next? And then since it's 1 rep, I don't usually say this, but the clips are optional. You know, it's definitely, you know, when we're doing multiple reps at a time, it's important to keep those plates in place. But if it's not that much, oh man, looks like you got really good at, you know, getting that clip on and off there. So good job there, Pippi. It's always safer to have it on if possible. So good job. And we've got Flash. And what you're gonna do, Flash, is you're growing and you've got your bones there. So we're not gonna go super heavy here, Flash, but you're gonna do 3 reps at a time on the power clean instead of just 1. But you're getting those plates in place, being very safe with it. And we've got DNA with some more weight on the bar over there in the land of kilos. Let's see this Ironman Dean. Almost there, Dean. So what we are doing today is straight from the ground up. You're gonna get more momentum. Instead of that first deadlift that you did, what you essentially did was you turned this into a low hang power clean. And so that's like, you know, a lot more effort there. What you wanna do is step up to the bar, take a nice deep breath, and then, you know, go for it. We're going to jump, sit and flip those elbows super fast and then stand it up. And then we've got Pippi stepping up to the bar here for another lift. Awesome, good job, Pippi. If I have to say one thing, let's keep those hips down. You kind of started with the hips up a bit too high. So on the next one, let's keep those hips down and then really jump it up. And that way we feel it more in the legs and less in the back. But we are in this, guys. A couple more minutes left here to leave our mark here on this orange WOD. And we've got Flash. Awesome work there, Flash. Going for some heavier power cleans. Good job, Flash. Let's start with those feet closer together. There we go. And flip those elbows even faster and higher. Awesome. Good job, Flash. And it looks like Pippi's stepping up to the bar for another lift. There we go. Better, Pippi. And let's really focus on keeping those hips down. One other thing that might help is, let's think about this. That first pull is slow and then it's fast past the knees. And so that first pull being slow is going to help us to control those hips a little bit better. And then we really put some power and speed past the knees to jump. That was a lot better, just faster elbows on that next one. But if you're thinking about adding some weight, I think you definitely got it. So let's think about that here. And then we've got DNA in the land of kilos, also switching barbells, going for a heavy set here. And let's see, we've got Ironman Dean stepping up to the bar. Nice attempt here, let's see. Boom, good job, Dean. Let's just flip those elbows even faster. Let's get it through, okay? A nice high rack position there. But awesome job there, Ironman Dean. And we've got Flash. And he's getting some other plates on the bar here, getting ready for another attempt. We've all got time for about 1 or 2 more lifts here, guys. So let's see what it's gonna be. But we are getting some plates on the bar, and we've got Pippi visualizing, getting ready for her next lift. So here we go, feet together, slow then fast. Much better, Pippi. Let's just get those elbows even faster. And you got time for about one more lift here, Pippi. And in a flash here, Anita just finished a lift. It looked super good, but she's putting it back down. And let's see if we can switch her from those square plates to something more circular. You got some more juice in you, Anita. Ironman Dean going for another lift here. So pretty close, Dean. Just got to commit, got to get those, got to sit faster. The jump was great. Just got to sit faster under it and get those elbows through faster. So if you take a minute or so to recover, you might have enough energy for one more attempt there. And we got Flash hitting a couple lifts here. Let's see. Get those feet closer together. Awesome. Good job, Flash. Even faster elbows. Awesome, Flash. There we go. Doing really good with that, Flash. And we've got Pippi. Let's see, Pippi. Doing one more lift here, dropping those hips. Fast elbows. Much better, Pippi. There we go. And let's see what's going on in a land of kilos. We got time for about one more attempt from you guys. It's super fatiguing. That's a good place to call it, but we've got Anita going for it. Awesome, good job, Anita. Let's just remember to keep those shoulders back so we keep that back nice and straight. But I'll tell you what, that is about all the time we have for today's Orange WOD. Always super exciting to see you guys get stronger and get better and better with much better form as the longer that we've been doing this program. But let's go ahead and move on to the cool down stretch. And as we know, the cool down stretch is super important because it increases our flexibility, helps us to fight soreness so we can come back and do these workouts day after day the way we like. So the first stretch that we are doing in today's cool down stretch is the seal. So we're gonna get those legs back and we've got the hips down. We are going to push that chest up like this. And while we're doing the seal here, let's hear some high-low buffaloes. So let's start with Pippi. What was your high-low buffalo today? And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're gonna get those arms up and pull back as far as we can.
My high, definitely the toe to broom. I love doing the core work, and especially because I feel such a difference. I remember in the beginning, we did a VF, I was like, oh my goodness, what is this and how am I gonna do this? So over the course of this, it just feels really good to strengthen that core. Low was probably just, mentally getting over my fear of the power clean. So, but I'm just gonna work on that form, continuing to do that. So, and buffalo is, just that I can continue to go up, even if it's just a little bit of weight. I feel like I am getting stronger, and I do feel a lot better in my form from definitely when I started. So.
And I would agree with that. Definitely the form is so much better and getting stronger with it. So good job there, Pippi. And let's now move on to the frog stretch. So this is gonna be hips back, knees out to the side, and we are sinking into this, which is really good to open up those hips. And while we're in the frog over here, let's hear from Kid Flash. What was your high-low buffalo? If we're doing this from the seated position, then we've got those arms up like this. We're gonna reach them down to our shoulder blades and then pull as far back as we can with those elbows.
So my high was the power clean, and my low, my pistols. I have to work on those, and my toe to broom. I don't get all the way to the top, so I have to work on that. In Buffalo, I did it and I got a lot of sweat today and did the orange one.
Yeah, you definitely did, getting strong. And I'm glad that you recognize room for growth and you are working on it. So good job there, Flash. And let's now move on to supine twist. So this is going to be laying on our back, and we're gonna get one knee into the chest, and we're gonna twist the other way, pulling down with the opposite leg. And while we're doing supine twist here, let's hear from DNA. Let's hear first from Anita. What was your high-low buffalo? And then after Anita, we're gonna switch to the other side while we hear from Ironman Dean. If we're doing this from the seated position, then the twist is, we're just gonna grab a hold of whatever we need to and twist to one side. But what was your high-low buffalo?
So my high was the power cleans when we did it during the WOD. The low, in the beginning, we had some issues with space, so we didn't know what to do, how to do with this. So it took us a bit of time to work out who should do what, because we just didn't have enough space to do everything together. And then the buffalo was that I did a total broom earlier this week on Mondays or Wednesdays, I can't remember, and it was more like a struggle. And today it was more, I found it easier to do the total brooms, which was quite surprising for me.
Awesome, so glad to hear that that core strength is improving. And let's go ahead and switch to the other side of this twist here. While we hear from Ironman Dean, what was your high-low buffalo? And once again, if we're doing this from a seated position, we're just kind of twisting the other way now like this.
So the highs were the power clean. We had a delivery. It wasn't for us though. One of the neighbours got a delivery halfway through, so you know, we played a bit of catch up. So on the power clean, I was disappointed in myself because I couldn't do the weight. I did the 80 kg on the orange WOD, and I went to 85, which for me is not much more weight. But I couldn't get under the bar. I was a bit like apprehensive of getting under the bar, getting it up. So that's my low. The buffalo was the workout went quickly, which was good.
Awesome, and you know, you made a good call there. I was watching the orange WOD, and always safety first. And so really appreciated that you went as far as your mechanics would allow at this point. And you know, that's how we keep coming back to fight another day when we don't push it like that. But really good job on the power clean, getting much better with your form. Well, that's our WOD today, guys. That's our stretch. That's our high-low buffalo. That's our week. Go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back, and you know, for getting through this and doing something positive for yourself this week. And if you enjoyed this workout, please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. And let's always remember to care as we share. It's super simple to just post something on our social media, but how much better is it to follow up with just one person who we can think of who needs this in their life? Let's follow up with them on a personal level, see how they're doing, and then we can share this program like, hey, this program that I've been following has been helping me in so many different ways. It helps them feel important, and it makes sure the program gets in the right hands. So thank you guys so much, and see you next time.